Hello, welcome to the Craig's Motel. My name's Conan, I'm the concierge. Because everyone is releasing videos about the MPC sample and I don't own one, I thought it might be fun to do something a little bit different. And I've been asked about this multiple times. I've never done anything like this before, but I'm going to do Craig's Motel studio tour. But don't get your hopes up because I don't have like a proper recording studio or anything. It's just a second room in my apartment. Let's jump in. Okay, so this is a little bit scatty, obviously, because I'm using my Osmo Pocket and, you know, it's not a camera that I'm used to using, but I'm just going to pan around to just kind of show everything that's going on here, and then I'll go into a little bit of detail. I actually don't really like these Osmo Pockets at all, to be honest. Anyway, that's probably why I don't use it very often, but it's decent for these kind of things. So this is my main working area. This is where my computers are all plugged into, etc. I've got 3 computers plugged into these 2 screens here. I have a desktop computer, which I tend to do all my video editing on because that's the most powerful one. They're all tucked out the way. I'm not going to show you those. It's pointless. They're just like dusty computers underneath the desk. And then I've got 2 laptops. I've got a laptop which I use for mixing and mastering and doing all my kind of actual work on. And then I have a laptop which I use for recording. It's like the recording laptop as such, and I'll explain that in a second because it governs what actual interface I use. So if I just go pan around to the left here, this is an Earthworks microphone which I don't use very often, and I really should because it's a fantastic microphone, but it's set up for streaming, etc. And here is my Omni, which is a portable DVS turntable, which is amazing for scratching, etc. But I also use it just to flick through digital files, etc. I've explained that in another video. You'll all know my MPC One. This is where I do most of my work, and I have an overhead camera, which you're probably familiar with if you watch my videos. Next to that is my MPC 2000 XL, which I absolutely love. A little bit of an issue with that at the moment. The note variation fader needs to be replaced. It just stopped working. But, you know, that's what happens with these older MPCs. Elgato Stream Deck there, which I use for video editing more often than anything else. My Strymon Deco V2, which I made a video about there, which is a fantastic little pedal. This is my main interface, which I use for mixing and mastering. It's the Neumann MT48. Absolutely amazing interface. I can't say enough about it. I absolutely love it. I've been through quite a few interfaces over the years, and this is the one that I've ended up with. I'm not knocking the other interfaces that I've used. I've used the Lynx, Hilo, Prisms, a bunch of other ones. Actually, an RME ADI DAC FS2, which I've got in the background, which I'll show you in a second. Still use that sometimes. Okay, so going over to the right-hand side, if I just go down, that's a babyface interface, which I use for portable studio work. Again, anything from RME is amazing. I absolutely love them. Not sponsored by them, not affiliated with anything or anybody. So everything I'm telling you about here, I've paid with my own money, and I'm not trying to sell you anything. So here's my main rack. Normally on the top here, there's a cassette player, but that's at the menders at the moment, being mended. I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to save it, to be honest. It's an old Vestax multi-track cassette player, really cool. Down the bottom, okay, I've got my 2 Audient Evo interfaces. I don't know if you can see them. That's 16 tracks of inputs basically there and 16 tracks of outputs. One's an audio interface, that's the Evo 16, and then above that is the Evo SP8, which is an ADAT expansion. So all of my patch bay is all plugged into the back of that. And then using my patch bay, I can plug my MPCs, my S2400, my SP404, etc. And obviously the ACP88 compressor gate on the top there, which I've made a video about. Nice bit of source. Compressors in that are absolutely amazing. Again, it's an amazing piece of equipment. Absolutely love it. And that is attached to the patch bay as well. So I can run everything, but I've got 2 levels of patch bay there, basically. You can see there's a lot going on there, lots of wires. I have to have there's a piece of paper down the bottom, I don't know if you can see it, that I have to have written on it what goes where because I can't remember. It's just mental. It's spaghetti junction. This stuff here is all kind of like Facebook, sorry, not Facebook, YouTube videos related. That's a monitor that I plug into my camera so I can see what's going on. This is where I capture all my sound for all of my videos. The Zoom F6, which is a field recorder, absolutely amazing. I've said amazing quite a lot, haven't I? I do apologise. It's really good. There you go. There's another way of describing it. Tucked away over the back there, I've got another interface, which is the RME ADI 2 DAC FS, which is a mastering grade interface. It's really good. I love it. A couple of Personas 24Cs tucked away over the back there. And then underneath at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, is my UAD satellite for all my UAD plugins. And if I just pull out, there you go. So you can see some lighting stuff going on there as well. That light there, I do actually just bounce onto the wall. It doesn't face me directly. I'm really into my cinematic lighting, so what I do is I bounce it off the wall. It just creates a nice, much of a softer light basically. But I do actually have a key light over there as well. So I balance between the key light and bouncing the other light for the light on my videos. And you can see the overhead cameras and other various lights that I use. That's a nice light there as well. That's a really cool light, actually. Do like that one. Okay, so moving over to my left, this is my working desk. This is where the magic happens. This is where I actually work. So I've got my MPC 2500 there. I've got the Allen and Heath Xone 24C mixer, which my Technics 1200 Mark 7 is plugged into. That's one of the newer ones. I was a bit disappointed actually when I got the newer one, because I don't like the fact that you can't have the lid attached on the back. They don't even have like the brackets for it. So it just sort of sits on top, and it's a bit annoying because every time you knock it, it bashes against this thing here. So it's scratched all the inside up, and it's also taken a little bit of a beat in there as well. So not that impressed with the new Mark 7, to be honest. I wish I still had my old original 1200s, but they went a long, long time ago. You can see I've got Genelec 8010s there, portable speakers, absolutely amazing. There you go, there's the word again. I do love my Genelecs. You can see I've got the 8020s here as well. So 8020s are pretty portable too, to be honest, but the 8010s are super portable. I was wondering, I was really not sure whether to pick those up or not, but then I spoke to a few people and they said they're as good as the 8020s. And in fact, actually, the bass response on the 8010s, I think, is actually better. So, sorry, above my MPC 2500, you can see the Isla Instruments S2400 and my Roland SP404. So that's like my working area. All of these outputs, inputs, etc., are all attached to my patch bay. This screen here is attached to Virtual DJ, my computer with Virtual DJ on it. So all my DVS stuff, which I've made a video about, I sit here at this desk and I can use this turntable to control the digital files. And just, you know, it's like having my record collection back again, which I got rid of a long, long time ago. So that's very useful. You know, you can see that basically the way I have things set up is to be able to work without having to really do anything. I don't really like having to like mess around with cables too much. I like to have everything already set up. The only messing around I do is with the patch bay. And the advantage of having the patch bay is that you only wear out the patch bay, and it's a lot easier to replace a patch bay than it is the ins and outs on an MPC or an S2400. So if you just go down a little bit here, you'll see my headphones. They are my Audeze LCD-X, which I use for mixing and mastering as well. But I do also use the Audeze MX4s, which are in a case at the moment. They're not out. And they're my Beyerdynamics there, which I just use as a sort of everyday headphone. I also have some focals there. And also underneath this desk here, there are actually another set of Audezes there. They're the Audeze Maxwells, and just at the back there, I don't know if you can see them, they're the Aiaiaia wireless studio. So I have various different headphones because I do everything on headphones. I use my Genelecs to reference, but I don't actually mix and master on the Genelecs. I mix and master entirely on headphones. I have done since 2017. So I have various different headphones. There's also a set of the old Beyerdynamic 770s under there. Oh yeah, sorry. And there's this Sennheiser microphone here as well. This is the MKH40, which is a legendary microphone in the cinema world. That's what I record all my, well, most of it. At the moment, I'm actually wearing, well, I've got a mic taped to my chest, which I'm really looking forward to pulling off later on. So if I move over here, this is another little work area that I have. This is my Live II, you can see. Here, I just sometimes like to get away from that area where all the emails are going on and all that kind of stuff. So I like a little work area here. Sometimes I do put my 2500 on there, but mostly I do my sketches on my Live II because I like the idea that I can just do that whilst sat there. It's on a little stand. I can sometimes put it on there, but also I could just pick it up and go and sit on the sofa with it as well. That's all my camera stuff there. They're all in cases. I love cases. I'm just really into cases. That's Django down there. He sleeps under the desk. And that's pretty much what he does all day. He just kind of sleeps and eats and goes for a poo. That is generally what Django does. So you can see, really, you know, look, this is just a second bedroom in an apartment. I don't have a special studio. I don't have soundproofing. It's just a regular run-of-the-mill room with all my stuff in. And when I'm looking at it from this angle, it looks like absolute chaos. But it does actually all make sense, and it does actually all have purpose, and it's productive. That's the main thing. So there you have it. Quick studio tour. Well, quick tour of the room in which I have all my gear. As you can see, the way that I've got it laid out is functional, you know, and I'm really big on that. I've always been big on that ever since I first started working in this industry. You know, I like things to be hands-on. I like them to be right there. I can reach them straight away. I like things to be kind of set up already, so I don't have to think too much about it. I don't like anything getting in the way of my creative experience, my creative juices, etc. You know, I don't want to have to stop and think, oh, I need to rewire this, all that kind of stuff. So patch bay, really, really important. Right from day one, I've been a big person on patch bays. They're not expensive, so get one, basically, is what I'm saying. If you've got multiple things, outboard stuff, etc., MPCs, all the rest of it, get a patch bay. So yeah, like I said in the video as well, you know, it's just a second room in my apartment. It's not a proper studio. I don't have any soundproofing. I mix and master on my headphones. I have done since 2017. I think I said that in the tour. And so I don't need soundproofing in my studio. And I know the space. I know how my Genelec 8020s and my 8010s, how they translate. And like I said, most of my work is done on my headphones anyway, so I don't have to take it into account. But workflow is a big thing for me, and that's why I have everything set out the way it is. But I change things around sometimes. I like to change things up. You know, where my 2000 XL is, sometimes I swap out that for my S2400. MPC 2500 always stays there. The MPC One always stays there. The Live II I like to keep portable. And, you know, the turntables and things like that, they always stay where they are. And, you know, I like to have the SP404 portable as well, but it does have its spot in my little work area just to my left here. So I hope that was fun for you. Whatever. And like I said, I've been meaning to do it for a long time anyway. So thanks for watching. This is The Crates Motel. My name's Conan. I am the concierge. Until next time.
Concierge.